What if I told you the man who inspired the pursuit of happiness was once homeless, broke, and living on the streets with his toddler son? No money. No job. No safety net. Just pure determination, and a dream. This isn't a movie script. This is the real story of Chris Gardner. And it might be the most powerful comeback you've ever heard. Chris Gardner didn't start out rich. He was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and raised in poverty. His childhood was full of abuse, pain, and survival. But Chris made a decision early on. He would never abandon his children the way his father abandoned him. As an adult, Chris worked as a struggling medical equipment salesman. He had a wife, a baby boy, and a dream of a better life. Then, everything fell apart. His relationship ended. He lost his apartment. And he found himself sleeping in shelters, train stations, and even public bathrooms, holding his son close through it all. One day, Chris saw a man step out of a red Ferrari. He asked, "What do you do for a living?" The man said, "I'm a stockbroker." That moment changed everything. Chris decided to become a stockbroker too. But he had no degree, no connections, and no money. Still, he applied for a competitive internship at a big brokerage firm. It was unpaid, and only one person out of 20 would get the job. Chris got in. But during the internship, he and his son were homeless. Every day, he showed up in the same suit. Made twice as many calls as everyone else. Skipped lunch. And worked harder than anyone. Because for him, this wasn't just a job. It was survival. And then, he got the job. Chris Gardner didn't stop there. Years later, he launched his own firm, Gardner Rich & Company. He became a self-made multimillionaire. And eventually, he wrote a book that turned into a Hollywood film. Will Smith played him in The Pursuit of Happyness. But nothing Hollywood could write is more inspiring than what Chris actually lived through. He proved that success has nothing to do with where you start. And everything to do with how hard you're willing to fight. Chris once said, "You can only depend on yourself. The cavalry ain't coming." So ask yourself, what's stopping you from chasing your dream? If this story inspired you, make sure to like and subscribe. At Ultra Fame, we bring you the real stories behind the world's most powerful transformations. Stay inspired. Stay hungry.